This is David Robertson, and I'm running for State House Rep, District 97, which is in the northern part of Jefferson County. And I'm out at a wonderful event in support for Jackie Riebold, who is running for Jefferson County Clerk. So we're down at the Hillsborough Civic Center, and there's a lot of music going on inside and dancing. It's a Gatsby-themed fundraiser, so we're all dressed up in our best 1920s outfit. And I was able to get into my old tux here. And I figured I'd talk a little bit about supporting Jackie Riebold for county clerk to talk about election integrity and security. A very important issue to me running for state house rep is having secure elections in Missouri. Constituents, both Republican and Democrat, many people do not trust the machines. I would say it's easily 70 to 80%. And I'm advocating for going back to hand counting, paper ballots, same-day election results. I think we need to clean up our voting rolls. Election security is of the utmost importance to me, because if you have a population that doesn't trust their elections, that is a very dangerous place to be, because then what's your alternative? If you want to change the system and you feel like voting does not accomplish that, then you only have one alternative after that. And that's not an alternative we want to go to. So I think we need to clean up our elections in Missouri. We stop using voting machines. Most people don't trust them. Our voting rolls are very dirty, as we know. I've seen a number of presentations about that. Unfortunately, even though the vast majority of our voting population would like to go to hand counting or would like to get rid of the machines, unfortunately, most of our state reps, it appears, don't want to do that. So that's an interesting kind of dichotomy or divergence between the will of the people and the representatives, and that includes many Republicans as well. Why do so many state reps oppose getting rid of the voting machines? I've found out from a number of people that one resistance is that there's a very strong voting machine lobby in Jefferson City, and I know that they have a significant monetary influence as lobbyists, and so that might explain why so many of our state reps seem to oppose getting rid of the voting machines. There are arguments that are made that don't make sense to me as to why we have to use machines, and one of those arguments is that, well, we have more people in our state now, that we can't possibly hand count all those ballots. And that's really a dumb argument if you think about it, because our population hasn't really grown that much. Back to the 1950s when we were counting, we've probably grown, 50%. It's not like we've quadrupled or 10x the state. But the other thing about that is if you have a larger population, yes, you have more ballots and you have more people who can count those ballots. It's a proportionate thing. So that argument to me seems really silly. You look at nations like Italy, 80 million people, I believe, is very densely populated, who hand count their elections. So clearly it's possible. We've done it for hundreds of years in our own country's history. So that argument that we can't go back and do that, I think is not a valid one. And as far as finding people to count ballots, one idea I've had, and this is something Rob Carter talks about a lot as well, is having an election holiday. Having a holiday for elections, the primary and general election, and then we can hire people to come out and count ballots, pay them a couple $100s to spend the day counting ballots, take all that money you're using on machines, put it towards hand counting. And I'm sure if people, if they already have a holiday that day, there'll be a number of people who would really like to make an extra couple $100s. So I think we could easily staff the hand counting to reform our election system. If the vast majority of the people don't trust it, why are we using machines?